My ex-husband wouldn't let my youngest daughter to be at my wedding. Please help me. I am not op. Original post by you, less sentence 4323 in our advice. Trigger warning. Infidelity. Mentions of abuse. Possible parental alienation. Physical altercation. Less than. Mood spoiler. Frustrating but hopeful. Less than. / Original, the 15th of March 2023. So I need to give some backstory. My husband, 37M, and I, 37F, have been divorced for 6 years now. We have 2 daughters, Emily, 16F, and Gabby, 8F, and was happily married for 10 years. My husband cheated on me with a freshman in college and left me for her. It was hard for me. I was in so much emotional pain. It wasn't just his cheating but also how he said he hates me and that I looked ugly. He even said something on the line like, I was not as tight as I used to be. You can imagine my pain. It gave me some serious trust issues. I couldn't forget what he said to me during our divorce. Emily knew why we divorced and she held some resentment towards her father for that. Gabby was too young at that time. Nonetheless, he was a TTY husband but a good father to both of them. We shared custody. The girls would be with me from Mon. I tried my best but from time to time I would spiral. I have been in and out of therapy since my divorce. I met my now husband Ben, 41M, 4 years ago. We met because we worked in the same building and I was crying on the roof of the office building. Ben was there too when he saw me. He asked me what happened and I just bawled my eyes out because that day was my wedding anniversary. And that was the same day my ex decided that he would get married to his AP. Ben listened to my concerns and stayed with me the whole day to make sure I was fine. He even dropped me to my house because I was too emotionally unstable to drive myself. From there we started dating. He told me his story about how he lost his wife and only daughter 10 years ago in a car accident. He was really fond of my daughters as well. Emily has started to call him Dad after a year of us dating. Gabby also calls him Daddy Ben. I was finally healing and getting back to my old self. Ben was really nice and caring. We welcomed our son a year ago. My girls are happy to have a brother. He proposed to me when I was pregnant and we had been planning for our wedding since then. Now, here is the issue. Emily is one of my bridesmaids. Gabby is my flower girl. Emily is old enough to choose which parent she wants to live with. So there was no issue from her part. But Gabby was still going back and forth from my house to my ex's house. My wedding is in 2 weeks. My ex was fine with it. I spoke to him many times to make sure that he drives Gabby to my mother's place but now he refuses. He says that he only gets to see his daughter 3 times a week and he is not willing to give up his days for some party. I told him he could take my days for a week and let her be at the wedding. He says he will not let Gabby go. The wedding is on a Tuesday, which means Gabby would be with him. I cannot change the date because everything is booked. Please give me some advice. We have argued a lot and I don't think I can go through any emotional pain with this ever again. Gabby would be heartbroken because she is really excited to be flower girl. Update, the 19th of March 2023. It's been hectic since the last I posted. So I mentioned in my last post that my ex-husband, with whom I share 2 children, Emily and Gabby. Emily lives with me now but occasionally goes to her father's place. I made that post on a Wednesday. I went to Friday to pick up Gabby, my daughter. Emily was pissed. I asked her what happened. She says that Gabby was throwing a tantrum because of some stupid lie their father has told Gabby. That they will be going on a vacation on my wedding day. Gabby said no. She was excited to be my flower girl and threw a tantrum. I was furious. This coward man wanted to take my daughter away from me so that she is never my flower girl. I stomped my way into his house and demanded to see my daughter. My fiancé was with me. I demanded to see my daughter and said that he was a coward for not telling my daughter the real reason why she can't be at my wedding. My daughter rushed towards my fiancé, Ben. I told him to tell Gabby the truth. I was done with this man. I told him if he doesn't tell her I will. I had the screenshots on my phone. I am surprised that he caved. Eventually he told her the truth. Gabby was crying and saying that she hates him. My ex-husband was not having it. She took Gabby away from Ben and violently shakes her body and calls her a brat who doesn't appreciate her dad. I don't know what came on to me. I saw red and pushed my husband out of the way. He called me a #tech, and his wife came out and tried to handle him. I got my daughter Gabby, but my husband wasn't letting me. He even got into a physical altercation with my fiancé. Emily was recording it from a distance. My ex kept shouting that he will not let my daughter go with him. I reminded him that this is my turn to have her. And he agreed that he would let my daughter stay with me until the wedding is over. I have the messages with me that he agreed to our agreement. He couldn't do anything and we left. Upon arriving, Emily told me if it is possible to keep Gabby with us forever because she does not want to live with her dad. I asked why. Then she told me that her dad has been really angry ever since I started a relationship. It wasn't that extreme at first, then he started insulting me behind my back that how much I downgraded by dating Ben. It got even more agitated when he learned I was pregnant. He has been asking his wife to start having kids and they had fights multiple times. It doesn't end there. Emily also mentions he would often lash out on Gabby and even scold her for making small mistakes. He even forced both of them to call his wife mom. But Emily refused. She also said the only reason she ever goes back is she knows Gabby has to stay with him and she is just protecting her. I cried and asked her why she didn't tell me. She responded that she saw how happy I was with Ben, so she didn't want it to burden me. I don't know what to say. I never wanted my daughter to take the burden. While I am happy that she tried to protect her sister, but I feel disappointed in myself that I was so busy with my new life that I neglected my daughter. Whenever they came home they were smiling and I took that as a sign that everything was okay. I told Emily while I am proud of her, but she should have told me. She should have never taken it upon herself to save Gabby. I am their mother and I will protect them from everything. I was going to let my daughter stay with my ex when I was in my honeymoon so that he would not cry about not spending enough time with his daughters. Now I am thinking otherwise. I don't know what to do. I am really stressed and next week is my wedding. Any suggestions? Marked as ongoing because OOP might update on her daughter's situation. Reminder I am not op. The amount of people who freak out when the ex starts dating again is mind-boggling. That child bride knows that she doesn't want kids with this man. I mean, she probably is planning her exit. Refusing to have kids with him. No attachments. Watching him abuse his own children. If he's doing it to the kids, he's doing it to her. OOP leaving that marriage is the best thing that happens. I'm glad she found a good match that her kids seem to love. It's not clear, but it sounds like they might have video of the ex manhandling poor Gabby in the verbal altercation, which looks bad for both of them, but seems to be on the side of OOP. Some parenting classes or with E would be well worth getting her out of that house if they can get a judge to see the ex seems to be edging towards physical abuse. Wow, that is both narcissistic and sadistic. He went and cheated on her, put the blame on her by body shaming her, married the AP on their anniversary, and then went ballistic upon her moving on instead of being hung up on him forever? They should see a lawyer ASAP. The ex is unhinged. He really expected her to wait forever and thought marrying the new model would fill the void for as long as Oop was still healing from him tormenting her, then unsuccessfully used their child to stir drama and physically abused the daughter in frustration. Hope he ends up alone. God, I feel so bad for these kids. Hope Oop can take full custody of the younger one. I would get a copy of that fight footage and see if local child services can be involved in mediation, or the cops at the next handover. Maybe the dad can be scared straight. And obviously therapy for both kids. Courts need to start taking bitterness into account with custody agreements. Parents will absolutely weaponize their kids against each other and the kid ends up shafted. Bruh, why is no one in this story absolutely manic over the fact this grown man physically assaulted his kid? How is there zero consideration for calling police or CPS or getting a lawyer to upgrade the custody after 3 adults and a teenager witnessed that? A little off topic, but the older kid, Emily, is turning into a quality human despite her douche canoe father. Gotta love the, I don't want you because you aren't picture perfect but nobody else should. My first love did this to me and strung me along for a year. It was brutal and I was so naive. I feel bad for his kids. Why would it not occur to Oop that perhaps she needs to get a lawyer and or call CPS? If Emily caught all that, especially the ex shaking Gabby, they can use it in court. Because he had no business doing that to a child. Especially for petty reasons. Hella sus that she still refers to him as husband. Made the altercation part super confusing to read. I reminded him that this is my turn to have her. And he agreed that he would let my daughter stay with me until the wedding is over. I have the messages with me that he agreed to our agreement. Is there an in-between update post comment that got deleted, is missing here? Because I'm not sure this was ever established. So, here's what Oop needs to do. Put all of the screenshots together of her and her ex agreeing to let Gabby be in the wedding. Save any future screenshots of ex insulting her. Get written testimony from Emily and Gabby about her ex's behavior. Save that video and never delete it. Explain all what happened before the altercation between Ben and the ex. And have Gabby, Emily, and Ben verify. If she does all of this and presents it to the judge who was in charge of their custody arrangement, she'd have a pretty solid shot of getting, bare minimum, majority of custody, maybe full time. If she wants to be extra sure, she should reach out to a lawyer, start a case, and show said lawyer all the evidence she collected. Because I guarantee that soon the ex's anger is going to go from verbal outbursts to Gabby to full on physical abuse. He already started to show that when she snatched her away and started shaking her out of anger. I would call the cops and use that video as an excuse to get a temporary RO against the ex-husband. I would also see if I could postpone the hem so I could get my girls in therapy to make it to shading the ex-husband permanent. Any suggestions? How about don't have your wedding on a Tuesday when your custody agreement gives you the kids on Friday, Monday? Sure, the ex checks all the boxes for being the worst spouse ever. But why on earth hold the wedding on his custody day? I want more updates. I hope they're another update. Glad to see Op has a supportive fiancé. Hope she goes for full custody of the 2 sisters with the added evidence.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.